We have a moving account of the work done in New Orleans from a long-time resident of that city. And to bring that human story to life for us tonight, please welcome to the stage playwright, actress, and political activist. She's the star of the critically acclaimed film The Visitor, Danai Gurira.
I'm privileged to be here tonight to give voice to the living testimony from a resident of New Orleans who has been empowered by the work of Global Green USA. The following story is from a Miss Rita, now 81 years old. Miss Rita is a lifelong resident of the lower 9th Ward. Here's Miss Rita's account of life in New Orleans. I've made my own way in life. When my husband died, I took 2 jobs so I could make ends meet. I worked as a nanny and a cleaning lady for upscale folk. When my granddaughter, Tessa, was born, she had physical and mental challenges. So she came to live with me. We thought I could take care of her the best. Then Katrina came. Katrina destroyed my beautiful Victorian home, my neighborhood, and my life for a while. By that time, I was retired and on a fixed income. I was 78 years old and my Tessa was 12. FEMA provided us with a trailer to live in. Our trailer was 9 feet wide and 30 feet long. One of us always had to sleep on the floor. There wasn't enough space for 2 beds and no room to give Tessa a proper bath, just a small, cramped shower. While we lived there, Tessa developed a rash on her skin and a form of asthma. I heard from people in the neighborhood meeting that our trailers were toxic. FEMA denied it at first and then finally admitted that we should move on. A sign went up on my trailer. The trailer provided to me by my own government. It said, "Not to be used for human habitation, must be sold for scrap." Now I am 81 years old, and my Tessa is 15. We finally got back to our Victorian home. See, I used the $60,000 that the government gave me to rebuild. The job totally will cost about $250,000, but you got to start somewhere. My fixed income, it goes for food, utilities, Tessa's needs, and medication for my diabetes. So that government money, it got us going. I hired a local contractor to get the basics done, connect the plumbing, the gas, the lighting, and fix the broken windows so I could get certification to occupy. My contractor, well, gets going on the work, then he disappears without finishing my home, even though he has been paid in full. Honestly, at that point, I could not get upset. Just move on, I told myself. And Tessa and I did. We moved back into our home, still under construction. Now, I was sitting on my side porch one day, and these 2 really big men come up onto my yard. I like big men. Have my whole life. Now that I'm in my 80s, I have to keep my enjoyment of them to the talking side of things. It's too risky for my health otherwise. Well, these men say they're from Global Green. Introduce themselves as Raymond and Mike. They ask if I need help with my home. I say, look around my yard. I already have my okra planted, my greens growing. Do I look like I need help? Hard to trust strangers these days, so I take care of my own business. Mike and Raymond stay and converse. They converse with me for over 2 hours, interested in my life, in my house, and in building trust. They say they just want to do an energy audit on my house, no strings attached. They will check if it's safe and energy efficient, maybe save me some money. Sounds good to me. And it's free. We make an appointment and Mike and Raymond come back. They tell me my contractor had put over 40 recessed incandescent lights that cost me way too much to run every month. The lights are also not insulated, so they allow hot air to pour out of my attic in the summer and cold air in the winter. We talk about installing a radiant barrier in my attic. That's fancy talk for aluminum foil put right underneath your roof. It keeps out those ultraviolet rays that can really heat up my house. Mike and Raymond tell me about a dual flush toilet that can save me some money on my water bill. You press one button to do one business and another button for bigger business. That was a real topic of conversation with my friends. Mike and Raymond, they connect me with honest contractors and volunteers who help me get the job done with the money I have left. Now, I save $120 a month, over $1,400 a year just on utility bills. Now I can give Tessa better health care and I can afford my medication. I have never needed handouts, but I have always needed the information and the knowledge to make good decisions. Global Green gave me that, and they gave me something else. They gave me back trust. Trust that there are good neighbors out there in these tough times. Global Green goes from porch to neighborhood meeting to church meeting, gathering people together to empower them. People like me. Anybody who comes there now, to my porch, they will see a sign that says, "This house is for human habitation. It will never, ever be used for scrap." Just want to thank you to Miss Rita for her story, and thank you to you for your attention. Thank you.